We do that all the time. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, good.
right, welcome back, everybody, to Fishing Adventures Florida podcast, Florida West Coast Fishing Report. And like we told you today, first we want to say thank you for listening. Thank you for telling everybody about our videos and on YouTube and all the other stations. But we've also been telling you that we're going to have a special guest on tonight, and it's Howard Day. We got to meet him at ICAST, and it's kind of a 50-50 thing. He's got both the offshore, the shark thing covered, and my side, we have such and everybody knows that fishes inshore waters, what a problem dolphin have become over the years. So Howard has got some pretty neat stuff. It's Fish Tech Marine Sport that kind of maybe is a solution to some of our problems. So welcome on board, Howard.
See you all.
Yeah, and he's all the way in the UK, folks. What time is it over there now?
Just gone at midnight.
Oh, wow. You got him up late.
I've stayed up late for you all.
You're a good man. So Howard, what made you, was it the field that you were in that made you get into this thing, or how did you go about?
I'm a fishery scientist by training anyway. And I actually got approached by some friends who run a company called Fish Tech Marine, who were looking at setting up a subsidiary for the sporting market. Fish Tech Marine are a technical development company looking at avoiding bycatch and increasing sustainability in commercial fisheries. So one of the first things they did was a thing called Hook Pod to try and prevent albatross bycatch in the Southern Atlantic. And they've done all sorts of other things since. But obviously the two things we're here to talk about tonight, particularly relevant to Florida, are the Shark Guard, shark deterrent, and the dolphin pinger. So it was really just we had a product that we knew kept sharks away, we had a product we knew kept dolphins away, and it became the obvious thing to just bring that from the commercial market, where it's been now for 10 years plus, and release it into the recreational rod and line market.
So where commercially has it been used? I mean, what countries, different countries, all over the world, or?
All over the world.
Okay.
I mean, as I say, the first one, Hook Pod, was Southern Atlantic. Shark Guard is used on long lines, the original Shark Guard, the commercial version in sets of 250 or 500 at a time. Used anywhere the long line fishing are having problems. So we've just done a load of work in Hawaii. We're doing some work in New Caledonia, obviously Australia, a little bit in the States. And the dolphin pinger, well, I think we've got a video we might be able to show a bit later. That was actually filmed on some work we did in India. So all over the world.
Good. Okay. So it's definitely a product that has gone through its paces. So
it's definitely tried and tested, both academically by a lot of universities have trialed all our products now, and then in the commercial market as well. And we all know commercial fishermen don't spend money where they don't need to.
Amen to that. I mean, our regular, like my regular clients and the everyday angler, believe me, we already had a bunch of interest on especially on the dolphin side of it, because it's not, how can I say, it hurts me when you have a regulation that says, like the snook, he's got to be 28 to 33. You got to release anything over that. You're only allowed one per person, and you got a closed season. And every time you throw one in, the dolphin will eat it. I've had a couple of times where I've been in some spots where I've actually, which is illegal, but it just breaks my heart. We've thrown the snook into the live well with our bait until we left the area, then released them away from the dolphin, because I had one spot, I threw 7 fish into the water, like 4 snook and 3 redfish, and all 7 got eaten by 2 dolphins.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's the story we're hearing time and time again, both the sharks and dolphins, actually. And I mean, again, although from a fisherman's point of view, what he wants to do is he wants to land his catch, as you say, it's a conservation measure as well. If you're on a restricted fishery where it's catch and release, or you're limited to 3 fish a day, if you're killing 20 or 30 fish on the way into the boat before you've actually landed your 3, you're taking that number out of the population. So both these devices actually work as conservation for the target species as much as anything else. So we've always been very aware that whatever we produce cannot have any impact, negative impact on the target species. So it can't stop you catching them in the first place, and it can't obviously harm or injure them. But both products don't harm or injure anything; they just scare and deter.
Yeah, because we've got an issue here in Crystal River. We're shallow, 2 to 3 foot, and what happens is there's a lot of sharks, a lot of black tips, lemon sharks. Seen a few tigers in here as well. But what happens is you're set up on a school of fish, redfish mainly, or snook. You're set up on those fish in a shallow water area, and give it a little time, and pretty soon you'll have sharks circling your boat, and you're fighting to get that fish in, especially with clients or just by yourself. You're struggling to get that fish in before the shark gets it. And these sharks have kind of been programmed to know that there's a boat there. They can hear the trolling motor going. They can, detect the splashing going on. So then they come in. And they've got one shark witness this week. He really didn't bother us reeling the fish in. We released the fish. Some of those redfish would go into the grass and just kind of rest, and so they'd sit there in the grass. Well, he'd circle that boat and he'd find those fish and eat them. So
I'll be honest with you now at this point. I mean, for fish that have been released, the shark guard won't really work. It has a limited globe of protection. It will help you get your fish to the boat and protect them on the way in. We are actually, some of the deep water boys, it wouldn't work for you, but where they're actually sending them down on weighted lines, we're now looking at actually putting some shark guards on some of those. There's a little bit of predation starting to happen on that. But if I run through the two products very quickly for your listeners or viewers, that's the Shark Guard video I see up on the screen now. So basically, Shark Guard is a 6-inch long device, and it releases an electric pulse. Now, it takes just a AA battery. It takes that through a whole series of capacitors and resistors and electric wizardry that I don't really understand, being a fisheries scientist and not a physicist. But what we do know is it gives out a 50-volt pulse every second. Now, sharks, being very susceptible to electricity, using very low levels of electric to detect their prey, really find this an overload on the senses. It's a little bit like punching them on the nose, if you like. So, I mean, there's multiple ways of fishing it. We've talked to people that have kite fished with them now. We've talked to people that have fished them in line, to have them in line. Other people use like a carabiner clip. So they don't actually have anything on the line. They'll fish their normal tackle and just clip Shark Guard on once they've hooked up on a fish, slide it down the line. But what you've got to do is you've got to get this as close to your fish you've caught as quickly after hooking up as possible. And at that point, it sends out about 1 meter in radius electric field, globe, if you like, right around the Shark Guard that the sharks will be really deterred by.
Okay. So it's
basically about
so it's a 3 meter radius.
Yard. I mean, if you say a yard, they will feel the current from a lot further away. But electricity through water going in a global direction dissipates and reduces its voltage quite quickly.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's 50 volts at source, and then as it goes further away, it dies down.
Gotcha.
Say realistically, the distance from
it's about a yard.
About a yard. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So really, I mean, if you're fishing it on, and more and more people now are using what we call the traveller rig, and if you look on the website, you'll see how that works. So you clip it on, you slide it down, depending on what depth of water you're in, you might put a sinker on the bottom of it. The actual device itself is rated for 1,000 meters, 3,000 feet, so there's no issue with that. And you send it down, and then you sort of end up with it stopping, I don't know, about 6 inches off the nose of your fish. So you work out where your stop on your line is, slides down to there, and then that's protecting your fish as you bring it in. It just gives you that little bit longer to bring your fish onto the boat safely and without being, paying your tax.
Right. Yeah. Gotcha.
As divers tried it like hanging on themselves, how does that
because this is an active device. we wouldn't recommend swimming with it.
Okay.
It would be a little bit like swimming tied to an electric fence wire that was
Okay.
turned
really?
on.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, there are the magnetic ones that you can buy for diving.
Right. And those don't seem to work very well.
But well, this is about 10,000 times stronger.
Oh. Okay. So-
Because this is actually an active device and it's powering up the electric charge and releasing it. It's substantially stronger than any of the passive devices.
I got
It's almost like a
okay.
magneto.
Yeah, I mean, basically, if you take it apart when you go to change the battery, in the head of the device is all the printed circuit board with its capacitors and resistors and the electric gubbins.
Gotcha.
As I say, they just take a AA battery that you can buy anywhere. We looked at doing rechargeable ones, but then that means trying to take them off the boat and plug them in at night time and everything else. Whereas with a AA battery, you can pick up in a gas station or a convenience store, have a couple of spares. They should last about 7 hours in the water. So if you're fishing on a traveller rig, you may only replace the battery once every fortnight. But again, there's a sequence of lights on that will let you know when it's working, when it's not working. And as soon as it comes out the water, it turns itself off. So it's only activated when it goes in the water.
Okay. Now, let me ask you this, though, because we were talking about this. Will the lights just go off once it's out of the water, or will the lights still blink to let you know that it's active?
When you've changed on this one, when you've changed the battery, it will flash for a little while just to say the battery's good. And then there's a different sequence of lights to show you when it's wet. When it first comes out the water, it will have the lights on, and it was a different sequence of lights to tell you whether the battery's full, whether the battery's low, or whether the battery's flat.
Okay.
And every shark guard comes out in its own little tube with the instruction manual in it, with the light instructions on it as well. So
basically,
if anyone wants one of these and goes online and buys one, you'll get all the instructions about what the lights mean.
all right. Okay. So basically, once you take it out of the water, you can shake it, let it dry. It'll turn itself off after a short while.
For those that remember high school physics or whatever, there's an anode and a cathode at each end behind the housing, so you can't actually touch them yourself. And as soon as those two are connected in the water, that's what completes the circuit. So as soon as they come out of the water and there's no water all around them, then it turns itself off.
Okay.
There's a company down here called Livingston Lures, and they make some lures, and that's the way it works. It's got two little, and as soon as it hits the water, the water actually activates it and gives it a little sound to make it like a wounded fish. So that's how that works.
I mean, it's the same principle.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
Okay, that's good. Now,
And then the other device we were looking at was the dolphin pinger, which is very similar in some ways in as much as it works on the species strength. In this case, dolphins work by sonar when they're hunting, and this sends out a sonic ping that's 75 decibels at a frequency that's the absolute sweet spot that dolphins hate. Again, replaceable battery. This one's a D-cell battery, so you can just swap the batteries over whenever you want. Put it in, screw it in, put it back in the housing, making sure it's the right way up. And that, again, it won't start making noise and actually being activated until it's water activated switch in it.
so, and then when
Now
you take
these
it out of
we
the water,
recommend, sorry,
once you take it out of the water, it stops.
as soon as you take it out of the water, it stops sending out the sonic ping, yes.
Okay.
So there's
does
a
it turn
water
itself
activated
off,
switch.
Howard? Does it turn itself off?
It'll turn itself off. As soon as it goes in the water, it'll activate it again, yes.
Let me go get this.
So
Okay.
this sends out a sonic ping. So rather than being an electric pulse, it sends out a sonic ping. It's at that frequency that dolphins really don't like. So we recommend using it like a thunder flash. You
Right.
don't actually have it in the water all the time. You wait until the dolphins come near the boat. You drop it in below a buoy of some sort, depending on the depth of your water. You'll see the dolphins go. We've got video, I think you might be able to show, of them actually tail walking away from where it's dropped in. And when the dolphins have left the scene, you take it out. Now, we had one of the editors of Coastal Angler was up in his area, and he was saying that he was literally dropping it in when the dolphins came in. The tarpon weren't moving that he was fishing for, but the dolphins were just leaving the area immediately.
Yeah, because most of the problems where we have the dolphin, believe it or not, we're fishing 3 to 4 to 6 feet of water. Now, what's the circumference that this one covers?
Well, as you'll see on the video, I think they're showing at the moment, these dolphins are turning tail at about 50 yards away.
Okay.
Yeah. So it covers a large area, and I mean, we would recommend basically as soon as you saw dolphins coming in, if you're fishing 3 foot of water, 4 foot of water, hang it 12, 18 inches below your buoy. So
right next to the boat, because where we're fishing from, we're probably 25, 30 feet from the shoreline catching fish.
In that case, you'd be fine. You could just lower it over the edge of the boat, yeah?
Yeah. Especially the ones that love this one, we got a couple on the line now, is the kayakers. We have a lot of kayakers down here that are going through all these backcountry, these mangrove areas. And I tell you what, the dolphin are driving them crazy because we've had actually some, right, Mike, with the dolphin come up and hit the kayakers and almost knock them into the water.
Yeah.
Because they get aggressive.
Yeah.
Because this is a sonar ping, this would work on a kayak. You could go in the water with it. It wouldn't be dangerous in any way at all. You wouldn't feel it. And again, you just hang it over the side. But as we were having a chat before we came on air, what we did find was when these were developed initially was for headlines on gill nets and long lines, that the dolphins eventually, after enough exposure, become acclimated to it, I guess. And they will actually realise that what scares them initially, if they ignore it, they'll swim through the sonar noise and they can still get to their prey. So the less exposure you give dolphins to these, the better they work when you use them.
Oh.
Now, I know this is the one that you sent me. It's more for the commercial guy. Are you designing one more for the regular angler?
Working on what we can do. I mean, these work just fine. But what they are, as you can see from the shape of them, you've got one there in front of you. They're designed to go on a headline, on a gill net or a long line. We're looking at actually having a housing more specifically for the recreational angler. But in the meantime, you just have to work out how to tie a rope onto them, which is no big issue.
Okay. Now, how long has it been in the market? You guys been testing this?
Well, we're relatively new on this. We sort of came to ICAST before we were in production 2 years ago and got talking to people. We were there, we're now in full production. We're finding that academia, looking at SharkGuard at the moment, academia love it. It's been trialled by 5 different universities around the world now, all of whom have come back and seem to think it's probably the best device out there. We've had Mote Marine in Sarasota in Florida have trialled it and are testing it. We've got some more trials going on by Mississippi State University at the moment. They all love it. Fishermen or anglers, modern line anglers are a little slower, I guess, for want of a better description, to take up on it. It's new technology. There has been other similar things out there before. Obviously not as good as the one we do.
Yeah, that's probably why it's been kind of, they're kind of shy from it because there's been a lot of things tried, and it doesn't seem to be working that well. So
I mean, we had one here about 3 years ago, and it didn't work. I mean, they said all these things, and believe me, I put it in the water, and the dolphin looked at it, and it's like, hey, what's that? They didn't care.
Yeah,
and I guess that has created some people saying, yeah, it's another gimmick. Well, I'm going to try it starting next week. I'm going to be trying it a lot. And
we'd love to hear back from you what you think. I mean, the dolphin pinger is one of our problems is, and if you imagine the magnetic wristbands that we were talking about earlier, if I put one of those on and go swimming in the sea and don't get eaten by a shark, does that mean it's worked?
Right. Yeah.
So when you're trying to prove a null hypothesis, if you like, it's very hard Well, there weren't any sharks there anyway. We've had it with fishermen up in Destin. I had an email come in this week just saying it's been a total game changer for them. Since they've been using it, they've lost one fish to sharks. We don't claim it's 100%. The academia is coming back in with it being about 80% successful.
Well,
I mean,
that's
it
good
makes
enough.
sense.
If those sharks are in a feeding frenzy, there's a pack of them, the blood's in the water, the eyes have gone back, they'll swim through a brick wall to get to what they want.
Mhm.
And we'll be the first to put our hands up and say, in that circumstance, pull up your anchor, move somewhere else.
Mhm.
Now,
Right.
does it harm the fish at all that you're catching?
But if you can protect 3/4 of what you hook and you're landing it on the boat, then that's got to be an awful lot better than where a lot of fishermen are at the moment.
Yeah.
And the depth, it still works no matter if you're down 50 feet, 100 feet. You still have that.
As I say,
that meter
1,000
going.
meters, 3,000 feet on the shark guard.
Okay.
So that's
As I say,
quite
it
a
was
bit.
developed for the long line fishermen initially, and that if you buy the long line, it comes with induction charging bins. You buy sets of 250 or 500 of them, all the line and the hooks attached and everything else. It's a very different animal.
Right.
Works exactly the same way. It's the same electronics, the same principles, the same working technique, just housed individually for recreational fishermen as opposed to in multiple sets for the commercial boys.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, when do you expect to be down here in the U.S. market?
Well, the Shark Guard is available now on Amazon. We're trying to work on a distributor network at the moment. Like all new products to market, the distributors are keen, but they don't want to stock it until there's a demand. It's hard to create a demand when no one can buy it.
Right. Yeah.
Still
Yeah.
chicken and egg scenario. But it's Shark Guard's available on Amazon now. The Dolphin Deterrent will be available on Amazon within about 2 weeks.
Okay.
Okay. Good.
So we're on it as fast as we can go. I've been somewhat surprised by how tough Amazon are to work with.
Oh,
I
really?
bet.
Well,
I've
tell you
heard that as
one
well.
thing, it has made my life so much easier. What I find with Amazon is that I try to support the local retailers, but the local retailers, a lot of them, it's like, how can I say it? Well,
We would love to have a dealer network out there, and I mean that is what we're aiming for in the long run. It's just we've got to build and talking to people like yourselves who understand the problem, who've got some products to go out and try, is going to help. But at the moment, no one wants to stock a product that no one is rushing to buy.
Right.
you got to create.
We want to make people rush to buy it.
If you don't create the demand, then a lot of them don't want to warehouse it because, hey, suppose it doesn't sell. So
that's why we've gone down the Amazon line to start with, because we can actually get it to the fishermen in America. They can buy it there. It can be with you within 24, 48 hours or whatever it is. And it's available now.
Okay.
I mean, I'm a man. Where I live now in San Antonio, Florida, they just built another warehouse maybe 15 minutes from me, but I can order something as late as 8 o'clock at night, and between 5 a.m. and 9 a.m. it's in my front door. He said,
Yeah.
Oh, it's scarily good, and it's worldwide, and we have exactly the same thing here. I mean, I get anything I ordered here into my house, and I live in a fairly remote property as far as England goes, and it will be in my door within 24 hours of ordering it.
Right.
So
It's not bad at all.
I'd love to deal with the local network, and if anyone's out there listening to this that wants to start stocking it, we'd love to talk to them.
There you go.
Well, you got some questions, Mike? Because I've had all the questions.
No, I think he's got them all. Yeah. Just, I think it's good.
Now,
I love talking about it because it's a thing I really passionately believe in.
Yeah.
Your website, tell us about the website so people can go to it.
Right, so if they want to go and have a look, it is purely on the Shark Guard at the moment. It's FishTech with a K, FISHTEK, Marine Sport fishtechmarinesport.com. fishtechmarinesport.com. The dolphin details are going up shortly. The dolphin thing is a thing that was really being brought about by demand from speaking to people at ICAST.
Oh, cool.
Well, I tell you what, that's going to be my big thing. I hope it works, because I tell you what, if it works, I know that I'll get a lot of the people, and I mean, a lot of our followers have gone to kayak, to become kayakers. And, you know, years ago, if you look at a kayaker, you say, well, is he really spending money? You know, is it worth trying to go after that business? Well, I can tell you, most of these kayakers down here, their average kayak is $2,500 to $5,000. They got GPS, sonars, trolling motors. I mean, it ain't a kayak anymore, but it's a kayak.
Yeah.
I must admit, I had some real kayak envy at ICAST this year.
So
Yeah, there's a lot
Jet
of them out there.
propulsion and fish finder.
I don't see that it's a problem. Somebody spending what, $80 or whatever it costs when you got.
I mean, Shark Guard. I mean, Shark Guard comes in at $275, and the Dolphin Pinger comes in at $150. But there's a lifetime guarantee on them. They'll work. It's only a case of changing the batteries out. So I mean, they're good to go for a long time.
Yeah.
Well, Howard, we appreciate your time.
Yeah.
Now we got to go and do some of the other fishing reports that we've got. But we have anybody wants this information, remember, it's Fish Tech with a K, Marine Sport, and .com. And then just go there. And then Amazon has the Shark Guard. And then
they'll have the Dolphin Pinger shortly.
And you give us about 2.5, 3 weeks, and Mike and I will give you on our podcast. And if it works, it'll be on the show. We'll be using it in one of our shows. You can see how it works for us. And if it doesn't work,
in that case, it'll be on the show.
Yeah. But thank you very much, Howard. And sorry that we kept you up so late.
Yeah.
Pleasure to speak to you both. I'm off to bed now.
Nice to meet you.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye now. Bye.
It was really
all
nice.
Right. So we got quite a number of
Don was
reports
all
to do this
excited.
evening.
He wants to get one of these dolphin things, you know.
Yeah, I think so.
So, well, let's get. Shall we get Nick Gonzalez's fishing report in?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Hey, good afternoon. This is Niall Bryant with this week's fishing report out of Steenhatchee, Florida. Started the week out with a lot of scallop trips, but ended the week with some fishing. Actually had 2 charters this week fishing, did a little scouting also. The trout bite is picking up in Steenhatchee right now. The water temperature is still 92 degrees, but we have found some good pockets of trout out around the rock grass patches that are out in the flats right now. There's some straggler redfish that are hanging out in those also. Did very well with the charters we had this week, mostly on Zoom flukes on a 1/4 ounce lead head under a popping cork, and also on the bottom. So jigging off the bottom with those. Did a little cut bait with them, did good with them also, but really has to be on a moving tide in order to catch the trout in Steenhatchee. And then, like I said, you catch a straggler redfish every now and then. The big story is still scallops in Steenhatchee. We still have 14 days left of scallop season, and it has been an unbelievable scallop season in Steenhatchee, the best I've ever seen in my years of being down in Steenhatchee. The limits are pretty quick if you know where to go. The water clarity has been a little problem a little bit here and there, depending on what the weather's doing and also the tide. Really finding like the outgoing tide has been the best tide to get the scallops. And if you can get it around the lowest part of the tide that day, the water's been a lot clearer and the scallops have been plenty. So if anybody'd like to come down to Steenhatchee and do some fishing or scalloping, you can give me a call at 850-443-7335. And I am booking the upcoming fall year coming for fishing. So fishing is going to pick up in October, November, and December for Steenhatchee. And looking forward to a cold winter and some good fishing. So I'll see you guys later in Tide Lines. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Niall.
Now, I got a little thing. Did you see where Pensacola now is going to start a lionfish tournament, their first annual? lionfish
good.
tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be.
Yeah. It's surprising how quickly those things have spread all the way up there. I mean, it's because it started down south, and they knew they had a problem some years ago. Tried to do something about it, and it
I
has
think one of
just.
those fish is related to me because back in the 70s, I had lionfish in my saltwater aquarium, and some of them got too big. And my wife was said, "Well, you got to let them go in the Gulf of Mexico." So when we went out grouper fishing, we released them because who knew that this was going to happen?
Oh no, Sergio.
Well, hey, it's the truth. This was like 1974. We had this
Yeah.
150-gallon saltwater tank, and we had a couple of the little ones that we bought because you buy. They still, by the way, they still sell them in the marine stores.
I know. That's what drives me nuts. Is we've got a problem with them. Why are they still sold? Just like, and I'm sorry, I know there are reptile people out there who love them, the snakes and everything else like that. But why are these snakes, all these invasive species, still being sold if they are a problem to our ecosystem? They should not be sold.
Now,
That's just my bottom line. I hate to say it, but that's what it is.
Back in the 70s, nobody knew this was going to be a problem.
No, of course not.
Saltwater aquariums were starting to get really big. We had one. We loved it. Back in those days, you could actually go to Key West. We used to go to Key West in the summer, and you could catch your own tropical fish. There was no law against it. And in fact, I remember you used to have slurp guns. I don't know if you remember that. It was a clear plastic and like a big suction cup, and you got and sucked the tropical fish into this little container, and we brought them home, and we were proud that we caught ours. But I remember we had bought 2 lionfish, and they got to be pretty big. They were getting ready to start eating everything in the tank. So I was going to flush them down the toilet, and my wife says, "No, you don't. No. We got to let them go." So on a Saturday morning, we're going grouper fishing. We stuck them both in a bucket and took them out. When I got outside Fort DeSoto, dumped them in the water.
Yep. Yeah, and that's, like I said, I don't understand if they are such a nuisance and such a problem, why those things are not regulated. I mean, you can't say you go and you buy or rescue a dog from another country. It's quarantined here for how many weeks before it's let go to make sure it doesn't have any disease or anything. But yeah, we're still letting these fish and everything else go out, or the iguanas, the snakes, everything that people eventually either let go or they escape and they become a nuisance. And then now we have this issue. I don't understand why they are still being sold when they're a problem.
I mean, you think with the problem we're having, and maybe they're not selling them anymore at the pet store, but I swear a couple of years ago, I was one of the marine stores and they had some lionfish for sale, small ones.
Yeah.
Little ones.
I wouldn't doubt it. And I'm sure you can order them from anywhere and get them sent here too. I mean, it doesn't make any sense, but common sense sometimes doesn't work over money.
And like I said, 50 years ago, 50 years ago, my God, 50 something years ago, who would have thought this would ever happen? I mean, it was the big fad. Everybody wanted lionfish in their aquarium because there was some unique, and that I remember there was a couple of other fish that everybody wanted. And some of them, I remember, they were $30, $40 a piece. And you were almost guaranteed that they weren't going to live more than a couple of months. They always died, but they were just so beautiful that you wanted to have them. And then what can I tell you? Now, what's going up in Crystal River, I know we talked the other day, the water was murky. Now it's clearing up, getting pretty good again.
It is. Yeah, I had some people out today. They wanted to do scalloping yesterday, and actually had clients past 4 days that wanted to do a little fishing, a little scalloping, and the waters were just nasty. Well, today the clients I had back-to-back clients 2 days with me fishing and all that. And we went out to the bait trap this morning, and I told them to bring their, they really wanted to go scalloping. And I told them, I said, well, look, just bring your masks and we'll see what it looks like today. Because yesterday, with the rain and everything else, there was no sun out. Water was murky, and we just decided, well, we're just going to fish all day. So I told them today, I said, tomorrow's a new day. Who knows? Bring your masks. So we went out to get our pins out of the trap, and it was crystal clear. And I said, well, guys, I think let's give it a shot. So we went out there, and the scallop grounds are clear again. So it was beautiful out there today.
Now, I noticed you said this, the scallop area is clear. Were there any scallops?
Yes. We did get some good scallops, and they were first time scallopers, and they did very, very well.
Good.
So yeah, they're scallops, and they were big. They were the good size. They had some big ones in there, so they were full grown scallops, and there was not any small ones that we pulled in. So they did a very, very good day, had a very good day getting scallops. They were excited about doing it because they've been talking about it for months, coming down here and doing some scalloping with me. Yeah, and then we went and did a little fishing for a little bit afterwards. But definitely the water has cleared up and it looks good. So we'll be able to get out there.
You're going to be on the water around 10 o'clock, quarter to 10 when the sun's just getting high.
Yeah, we want the water. Yeah, we want the it's going to be low tide going to high, so the water will be a little clearer, and they got the sun up a little bit so you can see, because at 7 a.m. it's still difficult to see. So you want that sun up a little bit, helps you to see, and then just do it from the low tide to the high tide, because that way you have.
How far from where we're leaving, or what is it to get to the scallop place?
So about 13 miles or so.
Okay.
So it's a haul. I mean, it's basically where we went fishing before, just, where the mangroves, where we did the shows. It's just a little farther out, about a mile or so out onto the flat. So
how deep is the water?
Today we were in about anywhere between 3 to 5 foot.
Oh, okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. Tide comes up, it'll get deeper.
On the boat that you use for the group tours, is that what it is? Is that what we're going out in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they bought this boat specifically for scalloping, and it's a nice boat.
It's like a pontoon boat, you said, which is ideal.
No, it's a Starcraft, I believe. So it's kind of like a deck boat. But it handles very well and gets up easy, and yeah, I've had about 6 people on that thing, and it runs just fine. So it's got ladders out the front and out the back, so you can get in and out of that thing pretty easily, and it's pretty comfortable. It's got a nice canopy over it, so you can get out of the sun if you wanted to. It's got nice radio in it, so yeah, I think we'll be comfortable and having fun.
Well, we got the ladies are going to do the scalloping. I'm going to do the underwater video. Our producer will do the top water video.
There you go.
We're going to be the guide.
Yeah.
He's going to show us how to get all the scallops.
Yeah. Shouldn't be a problem.
Listen to this, everybody. Mike being the kind person that he is. And let me tell you, there's no nicer guy with a sweeter heart. He's already said, don't worry, guys. I'll clean them for you.
Oh, yeah.
What more can you ask?
Yeah. I don't remember that conversation, but yeah, sure.
I remember you saying it loud and clear.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Maybe you didn't hear it, but I heard it. Oh, yeah. And Hota can't hardly wait. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm going to get Hota to get it. We're going to eat a raw one.
Oh, yeah.
Hota.
Hota wants a raw oyster so bad.
Yeah.
With a little shot of hot sauce and lemon juice. Oh, Hota,
sure.
You're in for a
I'll have it ready. I'm going to the grocery store tomorrow. We'll have it ready. A little cilantro on that too.
Oh, he's ready.
Yeah, I see his face. He's pointing at me.
All right, well, let's get Nick Gonzalez on this time.
Yeah, sounds good.
On everybody, my name's Captain Nick, My Time Fishing Charters. I'm back with another fishing report for Tampa Bay area. Starting out in the shipping channel in the deeper waters, there's been a lot of big mackerel that have been sitting on the edges of the shipping channel, on artificial reefs, the rock piles, wherever you guys see the birds going absolutely crazy on top of the water and diving. That's going to give away where the fish are. For redfish and snook, it's been an early bite. This past week, we've had a lot of water, so these fish are really tucked up into the mangroves. Positioning of your bait is key. Look for, overhangs. That's going to be a lot easier to get a bait as far back in there as possible. And that's going to be your key to success to pull these guys out. If you're not getting a lot of luck on live bait, I definitely suggest take your biggest piece of meat that you have in the live well, cut the head, cut the tail, and throw it as far back again underneath the mangroves as possible and let it sit. Big reds, big snook, with the water temps being what they are, will slowly cruise on in and take that easy meal almost all the time. So be patient, move around, make sure your bait's in the right position, and keep your lines tight. I'll see you guys next week.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nick.
All right, that was really good.
Yeah.
And well, and by the way, I've been trying the cast nets, those cast net from Nick, that from the boat show.
Yeah.
And Mike, I gotta admit, as you get older, I learned a little secret. I've been throwing a 10-foot net for years, and the last couple of years, I don't open up as quite as round as I used to. So I went to his 8-foot net, 1.1 pound per foot, so it's about 8.5 pounds, which is real light. And let me tell you, perfect circle again. It reminds me of my younger days when I could throw a 10 and 12-foot perfect circle. So guess what? I've been throwing that 8-foot net every time now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's funny how things get heavier as you get older, and not as agile.
Last week, I've been catching a lot of mangrove snapper and some big trout. And it's funny. We caught some. We're starting to get some white bait. Some little. I throw the net about 8 times. I get maybe 200 pinfish. Some are a little too small. Some are okay, and maybe 70, 80 baits that are fishable. And maybe 150 that get stuck in 1/4-inch mesh. That's how little they are. But my God, we've been getting some trout that'll blow your mind. And these are big, fat trout.
Yeah.
Next week I'll have it. I didn't send it the whole time. We had a 25-inch trout. And, it's a nice trout when you say 25-inch. But when you see this trout, it was so big around and fat that it looked like a snook.
Oh, wow.
And he ate a silver dollar sized pinfish with no problem. We caught 3 overslot trout that way using live pinfish, and then 2 or 3 that were in the 18-inch, but no small trout. Every trout that hit those pinfish were the bigger trout, and all the white bait, we couldn't get them to touch it. I went to some docks. We were throwing under the docks, the greenbacks. We threw pinfish. Pinfish were getting hits on, and the white bait, they didn't want to touch it. Don't ask me why. It's just one of those things,
Yeah.
And I don't know if that ever happens to you up there, where they don't want to touch greenbacks.
Yeah, most of the time. I'm not really using white bait majority of the time. It's pinfish. So pinfish or shrimp, but the trout definitely, especially in the fall, I will continue to use pinfish for trout. I'll usually be out there on the flat if we're kind of jigging around. We find a school, then we'll just throw a live pinfish out there, and you tend to get the bigger trout with those pinfish rather than just the jigging. The jigging, you're going to get some big trout or twitching a soft plastic fluke. You'll get some big trout, but you also get the little ones that you got to kind of weed through. But if you take, once you find a good school of them, you start taking and throwing some live pins out, the bigger trout seem to just go after them. So that's kind of one of my things that I do here. It does work. And sometimes while we're sitting there just jigging around, I've got one dangling out the back of the boat, just a live pin, just swimming back there, and we'll get hooked up on it. So the live pins, especially in the fall, do really, really well. And I'll even put them on a popping cork. Everybody uses a popping cork and a shrimp. I'll do a popping cork and a pinfish over a shrimp on any day and get bigger trout. So
Well, and I think your chances of not getting the little stuff
mhm.
biting on it with a pinfish versus the shrimp, because shrimp sometimes of the year, as soon as that shrimp hits the water, you got pinfish eating the shrimp.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's
Pinfish work really well for me and for trout up here.
it's not a good thing. Down here, the water was starting to clear up pretty good. I noticed Thursday and Friday in 5-6 feet of water, you could actually start seeing the bottom a little bit. Where
Mhm.
a week ago, prior to that, you couldn't see anything in 2 feet of water. So
Yeah.
I think the water clarity is getting up. Although we're getting rain every afternoon, we're not getting those downpours. It's a light rain where it's not gushing into the bay and I
Yeah.
think maybe dirtying it all up.
Yeah, no, it's definitely clearing up. I mean, we've had, like I said, we've had chocolate milk here for the past week or so, and past few days, it's finally cleared up again. So it's still a little muddy north, say Long Point north, but anything down toward Gray Mares and south toward Homosassa is definitely cleared up. So I'm looking forward to the clearer waters. I can sight fish again.
Yeah. Well, and it's nice. It's nice. That's what I like about the winter months when you can actually see the snook or the redfish or the trout coming around the point, and it kind of gets you excited because you got to focus, and plus your clients love to see something like that.
Oh yeah. It's fun to have, to point out a fish to a client and then them throw right to it and then get that fish. They think it's just so exciting to do that. So
Donald said, yeah. Actually, there was an article that there's a YouTube show that we did with Donald and his kayak, and actually that did really good. I mean, his kayak is like a Cadillac, Lexus. It's got everything on it, man. It's like I was telling Howard, years ago when you talk to somebody about a kayak, it was a kayak with a paddle. And a guy had a rod just somewhere that wouldn't fall into the water.
Yeah.
And now you look at these things, and it's a floating room,
Yeah. So he's going to be out Saturday at Bay Vista Park, St. Pete. So if you want to go fish with those guys or go meet them. There's
I
where
might
you
be
go.
able to stop. I've got to go to a funeral. I hate to say it, in St. Pete on Saturday.
No,
From 10 to about 12.
that's no good.
I know it. I hate to do those things, but
All right. Well, you want to get James's up there? We got
Let's
about
get
10 minutes
James in,
left.
and we're going to leave you for
Then we'll get
last.
mine.
The best for last.
Hey, it's Captain James with the Latte Fun Fishing in Pensacola, Florida. Here with another fishing report. It's raining right now. Got a couple of new reels getting ready to spool up. So the fishing this week has been pretty good. The bite's still good offshore. The usual suspects, we've been catching lots of vermilion. Triggerfish is open, so we've been kind of focusing on triggers and vermilion. But we're still catching some mangrove snapper, lane snapper. We caught a couple of really nice red snappers. Of course, they're out of season right now. The amberjack bite's been really good, so anytime we're setting on a spot, we always free line a live bait out. And this week, it's been mutton snapper and red snapper and amberjack that's been taking those live baits while we're fishing for vermilion and triggerfish using cut bait. Yeah, fishing's still going on. Everybody's excited. September's coming. Red snapper will open back up on the weekends. And we'll have our gag grouper will be open, as well as red snapper and amberjack. So that's going to be really fun. But until then, I mean, it's still good fishing, lots of fun on the water. And as always, if you guys are interested in booking a trip with me, Captain James, here in Pensacola, give us a call, 850-377-3777. Thanks.
Thank you, James.
Thanks, James.
Mike, one thing good about the Pensacola water is always crystal clear, isn't it, up there?
Oh yeah. There's not too many times that it gets too cloudy there. And that emerald green water is just so beautiful over there. So one thing I do miss is that water is just beautiful. It just
Are you working on us
different
going on
color.
a trip up there? Are you working with some trying to get us up there?
Yeah, we're trying to figure out a trip. I'm trying to get my schedule right so we can get up there. I really would love to get up there, trying to get some of those redfish when they're hitting the top in the bay,
That
so we can
would be
chase
nice.
those around, and then maybe go offshore. Maybe try to do 2 shows or so up there. One maybe red snapper, or something like that, and then one with the big the reds hitting on top of the surface. I mean, that is just a fun free for all. You're just running and gunning. As soon as the pod hits the surface, you're just running as fast as you can. Everybody's got a pole in their hand. As soon as the boat slows down, you just go, and everybody hooks up. It's just a fun time to do it. So I think that's going to be a good show if we can get up there. So I'm trying to figure out when to do that. When's a good time to get up there and get that done? Sometime in October, because I'm trying to figure out when, because that kind of is where my ducks hunting is up north. So
And
I'm trying to see which
in October,
which one's going to work out.
yeah, October 16th, I got a big corporate event that I'm running, and I got one October 30th.
Okay.
So I got 2 big corporate events, but those are on Fridays.
Yeah. See, around my birthday, October 30th is usually when I'm up there hunting, because it's end of duck season, beginning of deer season. So I'm up there for a week or so, but we'll see how it goes.
You're going to give up fishing to go buck hunting?
Hey, I like to hunt, man. Love to do the hunt. It's fun.
I don't blame you.
So
When I was young, I went out with some family members in Ocala. Remember, that's when Ocala back in the 60s was, the place to go. And they killed a deer, and I was a little guy. It didn't hit me right. There was nothing wrong with it, but I never got hooked on it. A lot of people in my family loved hunting, and I just couldn't do it.
Gotcha. Well, we'll get mine next,
Yeah,
and
let's do it.
we're gonna have Gavin and Colton. These are the two boys that were with me the past couple of days. They're very enthusiastic about fishing. They had a great time, but there are 2 new subscribers. They were so excited that we did a podcast, and I told them that their pictures would be on here. So I'm sure they're watching. Hey guys, we had a great time, and we'll do my report.
All right.
Hey guys, Captain Mike Haynes out of Crystal River. Well, it's been a very good week this past week. The redfish bite has just been phenomenal. Just about everywhere we go, we're catching fish. There's been a couple days where it's a little slow. Today's a little slow, but for the most part, it's just been one right after the other, just throwing some pinfish into some mullet schools. And got a lot of doubles up and triples up, and it's been just a blast. I've had several different clients over a couple of different days. Scalloping, we went scalloping today, and the water's nice and clear. It's been pretty nasty this past week, but it's finally cleared up, and my group got out there and did some scalloping today. Today with the scalloping, we went about a mile or so out. And like I said, just finding those sandy areas or those low grass, and that's where you're going to find those scallops. Pretty much anything else out here, it's just been slow. The reef has been slow. The rocks have been slow. Water temperature's up about 87 degrees, so it's just hot. Not only that, we had a fun time kind of dodging storms all week as well, from running south to north to south again. So it's been a little fun. But today we got a lot of nice sunshine, doing good. I think the rest of this week will be pretty good. I think we're supposed to go out scalloping with Sergio and everybody on Wednesday, so we're looking forward to that. I want to say that boy you'll see the pictures there. He got his personal best. These guys never caught some redfish, so they've caught plenty. You'll see the pictures. But today he got his personal best just a few minutes ago of a nice 30-inch redfish. So it's kind of exciting, kind of fun. This is Captain Mike, Fishbones Charters out of Crystal River. We'll talk to you later.
Mike, that was real good. But did you notice what you said right after that? That we're taking Sergio and we're going to go scalloping. Did you hear
Didn't hear anything about cleaning scallops.
I heard it clear as daylight. Ask Donald. He's listening in.
Look.
And I'll take care of the cleaning. That was
You
I
can-
thought that was super of you.
You can edit that as much as you like, but yeah, I didn't hear it. Bring your own spoons.
Yeah, no, but you gotta understand. We're also going to videotape how you clean scallops. And who else
yeah,
than the guy
yeah.
that does
You're gonna see me clean 6 scallops for everybody to just get one.
What? No. You told me you could clean 100 scallops in 10 minutes.
Oh yeah.
I
No,
want to see you.
they got a guy at Pete's Pier that you can drop that bucket off, and you come back in a couple hours, they'll be ready for you.
Yeah, I haven't cleaned scallops in years. You know that?
Oh yeah. That's the one thing that's kind of a pain. Honestly, I love the scalloping. I love to eat them, but to sit there over the kitchen sink and just key, it just, when you got 100 or so of them, if you don't have help, it takes forever. I mean, it's just a long time. But
that's where you teach your wife or your girlfriend how to do it. So you can get the rest
that
of the
goes
stuff
over
done.
well, I'm sure.
Huh?
Either that or you get the vacuum, and I've seen those videos of the people with the vacuum and suck all the guts out and makes it real clean. But who's going to clean that vacuum afterwards? I'm not.
God, it's going to stink. Oh,
That thing is going to be
it's
nasty.
going to smell.
I'm sorry. No, that vacuum you just got to throw that thing away.
Now, you guys are going to have the snorkels and all that, correct?
What's that?
The mask?
Yeah, we'll have some masks for you.
I think the
No
girls
worries.
are bringing their own masks and snorkels. I'm not sure. But
Yeah, if you got them, bring them. Otherwise, if
I
you
don't
need
have
them,
any
we
anymore
got
because
some.
when I moved, I got rid of everything. The last ones I had was already a couple of years old, and they were up in the garage, and they were starting to get kind of bad anyway.
Yeah.
So,
We've got some masks. You know what? I'm wondering, I may send you another address. We may meet at the shop instead of the pier. And I'll figure that out. I'll send it to you if we're going to meet at the shop, because I'd rather you guys kind of get fitted with the masks and just bring those.
okay.
We'll see how it goes, but we'll find out. If it changes, I'll let you know.
All right. Yeah, no problem. So I'm looking forward to Wednesday. I'm looking forward to eating fresh scallops. I'm looking forward to learning from you how to clean scallops.
Yeah.
What more can I ask? It's going to be a great show all the way around.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to teach you how to clean scallops. That's what I heard.
meant?
Teach you.
Oh, I thought you said I was going to get them clean for you.
No, teach you. I think that's
Teach
what.
me. Okay.
Yeah, there's one word missing.
Yeah. But anyway, we do want to thank everybody for viewing. Don't forget to go to YouTube channel, Fishing Adventures Florida, Waypoint TV, Carbon TV, Action TV, Gen 7 Outdoors on Fishing Adventures Florida, and every Monday night. And if you got somebody that you know that is related to the marine industry, something new, something different, let us know. We'd like to have them on like we had Howard on tonight, because to me, it's a lot of good information when you can get that out to everybody,
Yeah.
And
You got a new
again,
product that
go to
you use that
Fishing
you like,
Adventures.
just send us information. We'll put it up here and we'll talk about it.
And we're working on the website, but you can go to fishingadventuresflorida.com and see the our website, fishingadventuresflorida.com and look at our website. And Mike, once we get settled down, I got all this stuff that you and I need to sit down and go through. But I know everybody's busy right now.
Yeah. And by the way, I think Donald just volunteered to clean your scallops.
All right, Donald, you're a great guy. All right, everybody. Thank you very
All right,
much.
guys.
God bless.
Y'all have a good week. We'll see you next week.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir. Always the best. Hold on.